Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. It's Friday, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about just some thoughts on last week's discussion and where we're going. Um, Very good, engaged discussion, and really good to see so many of you referring to the readings, in particular when you're talking about ethics and politics and how they intersect. Two things really stood out in terms of themes running through the discussion. One was the idea of citizenship, the conflict between our roles. I mean, we play different roles in life, but the conflict between our roles as researchers versus our roles as citizens. And we will sometimes, very likely at some point, find ourselves in conflict in those roles. When that happens, it's probably best that we think about what's most important, what's the larger role. Is it as a researcher or it as a citizen? And I think most people would argue that our role as citizen to be a positive, principled member of the community is more important than our role as researcher. The second thought that came up, and many of you mentioned this, was who gets to decide what's right and wrong? In other words, who makes the rules? Who decides the policies? And as we've seen from several of the examples we looked at, Unit 731 experiments in Nazi Germany, Tuskegee experiments, radiation experiments, drug experiments during Vietnam era, it was the people running the studies that took it upon themselves to decide what was right and what was wrong. And of course, the problem with that is immediately apparent. If the people conducting the studies get to decide what's right and wrong, they run the risk of giving themselves incredible latitude in terms of abusing, taking advantage of people. So we have to be really careful and think very critically about who decides the rules and how it's decided and who's involved in that process, and really insist on transparency in how that happens. I think for the last 50 years, American Psychological Association has done a really good job of setting out some very good, clear guidelines and developing them in a very transparent way. But there will always be work to be done and always room for improvement. But it's good that you're thinking critically about those questions. Who decides what's right? Who decides what's wrong? What's the process? Is there any transparency in the process? And ultimately, those rules that are developed, who do they serve? When we get later on in the semester, we talk about clinical research. We're going to start looking at ethics again. One of the problems with, well, not necessarily just clinical research, it's all social science research. Who does it really benefit? There's an old saying, three big lies. One of them is, I'm here from a university and I'm here to help. Why do we do research? Why do we engage in research? Is it to make the world a better place? Or is it to beef up our resume so we can be more successful in the promotion and tenure process, especially if merit pay is tied to it, as it is in many institutions? So we might want to really think about who benefits from social science research or any research at all. Medical research, does it benefit the patients? Arguable. At any case, it was really good to see you, all of you, really engaged in that topic, in ethics, because ethics, there should be an ethics component to every research class we teach at the university, at any university. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? I've gotten all your papers back to you, your prospectuses, those one-page things. If for any reason I haven't, please let me know, because I need to get those back to you, and I want to, and going through my email list. I'm pretty sure I've checked them all off. But if you have sent me one and you haven't heard back, please let me know. Really important to get that feedback to you throughout the course of the semester, not just at the end. Let's see, I will be out of town most of next week. I'll be at a conference in St. Louis. However, as usual, we'll have access to my phone, email. We'll have videos again next week. I think I'm flying on Wednesday, so we'll have video time available on Monday, and I think Friday, depends on what time my presentation is. I wasn't able to have them this week. I had too many meetings, and some of them were off campus. It really just conflicted with everything I tried to get done this week. At any rate, look forward to talking with you. You know where to find me, and we will all be in contact.